Shalom. I'd like to start out by giving all glory, praise, and honor to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham Wachach Wadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of the Great Millstone, and Shalom to the elect of Israel. This is the Mayim in Atlanta, and I've got this article pulled up. It's on pbs.org. Came out November 6th of 2024 this year, and it says, Trump promises to bring lasting peace to a tumultuous Middle East, but fixing it won't be easy. And I've got this article pulled up because it's very fitting to the times and what people are expecting of the new president, Donald Trump. They really see him as some type of savior, and that he's really going to come in and fix America and fix the relations over there in the Middle East. Like, he's going to fix the division here and fix the economy and fix the infrastructure and just all these things that he's not going to be able to do because he's not a savior. And this is the end of Edomite rule. It's not no going back. This is the end of it. And if anything, he's here to exacerbate the downfall with trying to fix things. Everything's going to, it still has to fall because the kingdom of heaven is coming, and it hinges on the destruction of Edom, of Esau's world. That has to come to an end first, and then the kingdom can be set up. And so this has to go down, and there's nothing that Trump can do or any Rothschild could do or any person on the entire earth. There's nothing they could do except for watch prophecy as it unfolds. But they really believe that Trump coming in can bring peace to the Middle East, which it's just not going to happen until Yahweh Shai comes back. Trump is not the savior. Yahweh Shai is the savior. But moving on into this article, it says, Tel Aviv, Israel. Donald Trump will return to the U.S. presidency at a time of unprecedented conflict and uncertainty in the Middle East. He has vowed to fix it, and that's just not going to happen. It says, but Trump's history of strong support for Israel, coupled with his insistence during the campaign that the war in Gaza should end quickly, the isolationist forces in the Republican Party, and his penchant for unpredictability raise a mountain of questions over how his second presidency will affect the region at this pivotal moment. Barring the achievement of elusive ceasefires before the inauguration, Trump will ascend to the highest office in the country as a brutal war in Gaza still rages and Israel presses its offensive against the Lebanese Hezbollah militant group. A conflagration between Iran and Israel shows no signs of abating, nor do Israel's conflicts with Iranian proxies in Iraq and Yemen, and Iran's nuclear program remains a top concern for Israel. And even just in the last few days, Israel hit one of Iran's nuclear research facilities. So this is all still increasing, even as of this writing. And it says, Trump says he wants peace, but how? Throughout his campaign, Trump has vowed to bring peace to the region. Get it over with and let's get back to peace and stop killing people, Trump said of the conflict in Gaza in an interview with the conservative radio host Hugh Hewitt in April. Israel launched the war in response to Hamas's October 7th, 2023 attacks when militants killed 1,200 people in Israel and kidnapped 250, with dozens still in Gaza. Israel's offensive has killed more than 43,000 people, according to Gaza health officials, whose count does not distinguish between civilians and fighters, though they say more than half of the dead are women and children. The war has ignited a humanitarian catastrophe in Gaza. driven Israel into increasing international isolation with two world courts examining charges of war crimes, and has sparked a wave of protests on American campuses that have fueled debate over the U.S. role as Israel's key military and diplomatic supporter. International mediators from the U.S., Egypt, and Qatar have tried unsuccessfully to bring about a lasting ceasefire. Yet Trump has repeatedly urged to Israel finish the job and destroy Hamas, but hasn't said how. Does finish the job mean you have a free hand to act in dealing with the remnants of Hamas? Or does finish the job mean the war has to come to an end now? Asked David Makovsky, director of the program on Arab-Israel relations at the Washington Institute of Near East Policy. That's part of the enigmas here. And so Trump wants to end these wars over there, but this is all just a part of the wars and rumors of wars that would continuously increase when Yahushua is about to return, as well as these wars and rumors of wars that are going to continuously increase all the way up until that big World War III battle, the Battle of Armageddon, the Valley of Yehoshaphat, having this prophesied battle actually occur. And so it's going to keep on increasing and increasing, and Trump's not going to be able to do anything with it. But ultimately, these people really believe that he's bringing in some form of peace, and they are very hopeful that it'll bring peace, but it's not going to. This is 1 Thessalonians 5 and verse 1. It says, "But of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night." But the Lord has given us the prophecies to actually measure the times and the seasons. And so the elect aren't sleeping. They're aware of what's coming to the world. And it says, verse 3, "For when they shall say peace and safety," and that's what they're looking for now with Trump coming into office. They're really believing this could bring some sort of peace and safety. What the scripts say, "But then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape." Because we're really coming into the time of judgment. Things are tumultuous now, but they're only going to get worse and worse, and people are looking for this peace and safety, but judgment's coming, and the Lord might let up from the plagues here and there, but there's destruction coming, because this world has to come to an end for the kingdom of heaven to be set up. And the heathen, and especially the Edomite, they still have judgment that is coming to them for what they've done to the Lord's people. That's why this big war is coming all together, because of what they did to the Lord's people, the apple of his eye. This is Joel 3 and verse 1. For behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, showing the northern and the southern kingdom. So the whole of the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans that make up the Israelites, as well as are scattered. And it says, "I will also gather all nations, and will bring them down into the valley of Yehoshaphat," which is the Lord's judgment, "and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage, Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land." So they scattered the Israelites, the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and also took over his land, the land of Israel. And you have heathen there currently. You have one group claiming to be the Lord's people, but they're actually Amalek, and the Lord hates them, those 1948ers. And then you've got the Ishmaelites in there being called the Palestinians. It says, and they have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for a harlot, and sold a girl for wine, that they might drink. That's the slave trade. Yeah, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all the coasts of Palestine? Will ye render me a recompense? And if you recompense me swiftly and speedily, will I return your recompense upon your own head. Because ye have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried into your temples my goodly, pleasant things. And so there's nothing that they could do to get out of this judgment. They've already taken, and now they have to be judged on the other side of it. Verse 6 says, the children also of Judah, the southern kingdom, so-called Negroes, and the children of Jerusalem, the northern kingdom, so-called Latinos and Native Americans, have you sold unto the Grecians, signifying the Edomites, or so-called Caucasians, that ye might remove them far from their border. Behold, I will raise them out of the place where ye have sold them. And this is the Israelites are standing up currently. He's raising them up, raising us up. And it says, and will return your recompense upon your own head. And so there is judgment coming. There is no peace and safety. There's no peace in the Middle East. None of that is going to happen until this great war that is coming. Trump can't stop it. Okay, Ezekiel 39, because this is showing when there will actually be peace and safety, and it's after World War III, and after the Lord's return, and after all this, the weapons that are available will be burnt up. So this is Ezekiel 39 and verse 8. It says, behold, it is come, and it is done, saith the Lord power. This is the day whereof I have spoken. So this day of the Lord has actually happened at this point. And this is what he speaks of all throughout the scriptures, the day, this dreadful and terrible day of the Lord. So he's saying, this is it, and it's happened. And so after verse 9, it says, and they that dwell in the cities of Israel shall go forth, and shall set on fire and burn the weapons, both the shields and the bucklers, the bows and the arrows, and the handstaves and the spears, and they shall burn them with fire 7 years. So that's showing completion there till they're all burned. And in Isaiah 2, it speaks about how they'll beat their spears and their swords into pruning hooks, so turning the weapons into agricultural tools. Instead of putting it into the military, it'll be put into agriculture and building up nations. But moving on, it says, so that they shall take no wood out of the field, neither cut down any out of the forest, for these shall burn the weapons with fire, and they shall spoil those that spoil them, and rob those that rob them, saith the Lord power. Because this judgment does have to happen for the things to be set back right, and then for eventually to have true peace on earth. But first, judgment has to occur, and it won't happen until judgment, or peace won't come onto the earth until judgment happens. So, Lord willing, that was edifying. I'd like to give all glory, praise, and honor to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham, Rakach Wadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of the Great Millstone, and Shalom to the elect of Israel. Shalom.